Hey, what's up guys, Deadly Crab here, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down why I think Caitlyn is such a strong pick right now and what you can be doing to abuse her. So the last video I did like this was on Varus and it's been doing really well lately. So I think I'm going to turn this into a series where I keep picking other strong AD carry champions and explaining how you can exploit them in your solo queue games. So if you'd like to see other guides like this on specific champions, go ahead and leave a comment, let me know so I know this is something you guys are interested in. Okay, so back to Caitlyn. First I want to say for anybody who's newer to AD carry and watching this, Caitlyn is a very good champion to learn the role on. She has a strong laning phase, very strong scaling, the highest base auto attack range in the game. She has an escape with her net. She's a good champion to learn how to kite properly on, and she really does help you understand how you should position yourself in team fights. And the best part about it is she's really strong right now, and I love it when Caitlyn is meta because she's just such a fun pick to play and you can really dominate your lane opponent. Caitlyn is that champion that just does everything really well. She has a very strong laning phase and she scales very well into the game, which you don't find that very often in a lot of champions. And because of this, about 6 months ago, Riot really gutted her. They just completely tore her down because everybody was abusing the fact that she's just really good at everything. And I don't think she'll be as strong as what she used to be, but she's still a very solid pick right now, especially for solo queue. For example, her kit is basically designed for you to be able to 2v1 the bot lane. And I'm sure we all know how many times we have to 2v1 our lane whenever we get an autofield support. But her kit allows us to do that, and I'll tell you why. She has the best level 1 wave clear out of any AD carry, hands down. There's none that I can think of that come any close to it with her Q, which allows you to begin pushing the lane very early. Now, wave management is a little bit more of an advanced concept that I'm going to take a whole video to go over here pretty soon, but essentially by winning the push at level 1, you're able to dictate the tempo of the lane and start punishing your opponent early. After pushing at level 1, you're able to determine if you want to let the wave bounce back to you, which then you're going to put your opponents in a bad situation in lane, or you can continue to pressure them and harass them on your tower with your insane base auto attack range. And this is where Caitlyn becomes really disgusting in lane. If you can push them under tower and you can still be safe and watch for ganks, you can really punish the opposing AD carry for every CS that he tries to grab. And that's how you're going to start building your lead as Caitlyn. Now, auto pushing under tower isn't the best strategy all the time. There are times where you do want the wave to start pushing back towards your side where you can freeze it in front of your tower and wait for a gank, but that's something we'll go over in more detail in the wave management video that's coming up. Now, once you've established your lane dominance as Caitlyn, the rest of her kit, like I said before, is basically built to 2v1 the lane. You have the highest base auto attack range in the game, which allows you to stay safe while you CS, even if you are in a 2v1 lane situation. Your traps provide very strong zone control and just give you that little bit of extra safety, and then your ability to be able to disengage from the fight with your net, as well as outputting damage and punishing them for overextending, is very crucial. And in my opinion, the biggest reason why she's able to 2v1 so effectively. So because of all of this, if you have a terrible support who doesn't know what they're doing or they just continue to keep feeding, you can still stay safe and pick up the CS that you need to be able to scale well into the game, which I can't emphasize enough, but is so important for solo queue because you can never rely on your teammates in solo queue. No matter what elo you're in, your teammates will always continue to disappoint you. So having a champion where you essentially don't need a support to be able to still do well and scale is very important. So as far as runes go for Caitlyn, on screen I have my normal rune page that I use. Now the only differences that I make that are game specific is if I take Alacrity or Bloodline, or if I take Cut Down or Coup de Grace. So I'll take Bloodline sometimes if the enemy support is a high damage support champion like a Brand or a Zyra, and my support has no sustain built into their kit. So I'm going to need that extra healing in lane just to make sure I can continue to pressure and stay out on the map. But majority of the time I think Alacrity is a better choice just because that extra attack speed is very nice to have and it helps scale into the game a little bit better. And I'll take Cut Down over Coup de Grace if they have 2 or more tanks on their team. It just really helps with cutting through that extra health pool that they have. And I like taking Absolute Focus over Celerity because a lot of the times in lane especially, you're going to be above 70% health, so that extra AD does help with pushing your opponents out of lane early. And in team fights, you shouldn't be getting hit with very much damage if you are positioning correctly because of your auto attack range, so having that extra AD late game does help as well. Now for your normal item build, on your first base you're going to want to get a BF sword. That's pretty important to be able to continue pushing your advantage. And then grabbing Berserker's Greaves and a Zeal on top of that gives you that extra attack speed that you need to really start pushing the game. And then you want to finish out your Infinity Edge, start getting those crits going with that extra attack speed from the Zeal and Berserker's Greaves, and then a static Shiv for that burst damage and wave clear, and then a rapid fire cannon to get that auto attack extension, which is even more insane. Especially with the static Shiv burst that you get, you can really chunk out a lot of squishy targets before a fight even starts. And rounding off your build, you can look into a defensive item or a Bloodthirster if you really want to try and push your advantage, and then your Last Whisper item to round it out. Alrighty guys, I really hope you're able to take something from this information here and apply it into your own games. If you have made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you sticking around. Please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. But until next time, good luck with your upcoming ranked games.